everybody? This is Lord Tremendous here. Got another battle report here for you. This is the Game 3, the final game of the local tournament that I ran on October 19th, 2013. Just in case you have trouble reading numbers. It was a 2,500 point battle. It was the Dawn Attack scenario. I switched it up a little bit. It was Lord Tremendous, me, of the Warriors of Chaos, versus Rotten to the Core, an opponent Warriors of Chaos player. He's, Nurgle Korn, and I'm Tzeentch Slaanesh, so I thought this was fitting for Game 3 tournament, or, the end table at the tournament. It was fitting, I thought, a mirror match of polar opposites. So not really a mirror match. But anyway, you get the idea. The scenario for this one was tricked or treated. And I've got a confession to make. When I made this scenario, I don't know why, but I got Dawn Attack confused with a Night Op scenario for 40k. And I haven't played 40k in over a year, so I really don't know how I got it that screwed up, other than, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in my head. But yeah, I went with the Dawn Attack one with the idea that, it's trick or treating. Tricked or treated, you get that, during the night when the sun's coming up, or just whatever. You've been out all night. So the idea was, I thought it was you have to roll a certain amount of dice in order to see if you can see your enemy for shooting and charging and all that. No, I'm a moron. Dawn Attack isn't anything like that. But I wrote it down, so I went with it, and it actually turned out to be one of the most fun games of the tournament. Although one individual did complain about it, it was all in good fun, and in the end he actually did enjoy it. He took second, so I don't know what he's complaining about. But I'm kidding, it was fun. But anyway, enough of my rambling. Basically, this scenario was every time you kill an enemy unit, destroyed in combat, ran down, magicked or shot off the table, basically the unit is gone for the game. It's not coming back. You nominate a unit that was responsible for it. So if your 2 units of warriors charge a unit of hounds, and they both killed it, you would nominate one of those units. Unit 1. Then you choose a stat: movement, weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength, toughness, initiative, leadership, and then roll a d6. So yeah, I choose strength for this unit. Well, on a roll of a 1 to 3, you just got tricked, and the particular stat you chose goes down by 1 for the rest of the game. However, on a 4 to 6, you get treated, and it goes up by 1 for the rest of the game. So it was 50-50, but that's trick or treating, 50-50. The extra credit for this game was kill the enemy general for 1 extra battle point, kill the enemy BSB for 1 extra battle point, kill all the enemy core units for 1 battle point, or lose all your rare choices for -2 battle points. So it was a kind of a game changer a little bit of a change up, and Dawn Attack isn't something that we're used to doing in my area, so having it out there really was cool, especially for the final game. My list, once again, same list, Alamo GT list. I've got to use this list because I'm practicing for the tournament in a couple of weeks. Really looking forward to it. But of course, my Demon Prince, Lord Tremendous, Mark Tzeentch, level 4 Wizard, Chaos Armor with Wings, Charm Shield, Dragon Bang Gem, Other Trickster's Shard, the Demon Blade. I love the Demon Blade. So love the Demon Blade. And so yeah, I'm going to give it a shout out. If you play a Demon Prince and you have the points, I highly suggest trying it out. I mean, just basic Demon Prince stats. I don't know or care really how you kit out your Demon Prince, but if you use a Demon Blade, you get up, anywhere from 4 to 9 attacks, all at strength 6, and only 1s hurt you. And unless you roll like garbage, you're not going to hit yourself all that many times, but I mean, the odds are still stacked in your favor because you need a 3 to wound yourself, and so you've got a 1/3 chance to simply not wound yourself with the hit. Then you have, everybody has their Demon Prince kitted out with a 1-up armor save. If you don't, then don't take the Demon Blade. But if you do, I mean, you've got that 1-up armor, which comes a 4-up armor, so you got a 50-50 chance of stopping it. And then you have a 5-up ward save on top of that. And then if you take Soul Feeder and you survive to the end of the combat, you get to roll any wounds that you do to yourself for Soul Feeder. So you've got a 1/6 chance of healing that wound. So it's like a bonus, So really, the Demon Blade, but the potential damage output it could do is extraordinary. So if you've got a chance and you get a moment and you can throw the Demon Blade on your Demon Prince, I highly recommend you try it. Just do it in a friendly game. Maybe you'll thank me, maybe you'll curse me out, but damn it, you'll be smarter either way for it, and I think it's worth it. But I've rambled on long enough about that. My Demon Prince also has Soul Feeder, Scaled Skin, and Lower Metal if you care. My hero choices were the Exalted Hero, Tardum, the Herald of Tzeentch. He had the Mark of Tzeentch. He's my BSB. He's on a demonic mount that's barded. He's got a great weapon, a Talisman of Preservation, Poisonous Slime, and a Third Eye of Tzeentch. Last but not least is my Chaos Sorcerer, Ashicus the Muse. He's got the Mark of Slaanesh. He's a level 2 wizard. He's on a Steed of Slaanesh, the Slickness. He's got an Enchanted Shield, the Luck Stone, the Ruby Ring of Ruin, the Skull of Catan, and he uses the Lore of Slaanesh because it kills people. My core choices were a unit of 24 by Chaos Warriors with Mark of Tzeentch, a full command, hand weapon shield, and the Banner of Eternal Flame. I had a unit of 5 Chaos Warhounds with poison attacks, 5 Marauder Horsemen with musician banners, spears, shields, and throwing axes, 2 Chariots, 1 Mark Tzeentch, and 1 Mark Slaanesh, Orcish Elegance. Again, it's not on the table. My wife is currently painting it. She's doing a heck of a job. Hopefully in the next few battle reports it'll be back, but if not, you will wait or you will kill me. Wait, no, I don't like the latter one. So you will wait or you will be mad at me. How about that? My special choices were my 5 by Hellstriders, the Pleasure Riders, with Banner Musician, Spears, and Shields. My Chimera, Trifiction! with Poison and Regen. And of course, my rare choice, the one, the only, Mutalith Vortex. Gotta love the beast. My opponent's list was as follows. He had a Demon Prince as well. Level 4, marked Nurgle. He had a Chaos Armor and Wings as well. He had the Sword of Striking, the Charm Shield, the Dragonbane Gem, Scaled Skin, Flaming Breath, Chaos Familiar, Soul Feeder, and he used the Lore of Nurgle. His hero choices were his Exalted Hero, who had the Mark of Nurgle. He was his BSB. He was on a Barded Chaos Steed. He wielded a Halberd. He had the Dawnstone, Dragon Helm, other Trickster Shard, and a Bad Attitude. His core choices were a unit of 23 Chaos Warriors with the Mark of Nurgle, with Musician and Banner, Halberd Shields, and the Standard of Discipline. He had a Chariot that was marked Nurgle, and it was invisible, so when you see it, you'll know it. He had a unit of 5 Chaos Warhounds that were naked. His special choices were 6 by unit of Chaos Knights with the Mark of Khorne, Ensorcelled Weapons, Musician, and a Banner. He had 2 Chimeras, and they're the Hydra models. They both had Flaming Breath and Regen, so a Chimera is a Chimera is a Chimera. And his rare choices were 3 by Skull Crushers with Ensorcelled Weapons and a Musician. These were my spells, 4 from Metal, 2 from Slaanesh, 1 from the Ruby Ring of Ruin, and of course my Mutalith spell. No card, no one's asking, I'm just telling. These were his spells, all 5 from Nurgle. I think the only one he's missing is the unimportant one. Yeah, so who cares, right? So here's deployment, and as you can see, Dawn Attack, random deployment. Wow, is this ugly, huh? My left flank has my Warriors, my BSB, and my Mutalith. My right flank has my Demon Prince, Chimera, Chariot, Hellstriders, and yeah, that's it. And then in my center, I was only able to place the Slaanesh Chariot, the Hounds, and the Marauder Horsemen. Meanwhile, my opponent was able to get everything into his center with the exception of, I think, a unit of Hounds and one of his Chimeras, maybe? I can't recall. But basically, everything of his went into the center, and everything of mine went on the flanks. Meanwhile, my center is consisting of 2 of the weakest units I got, and my Slaanesh Chariot, who's not meant for anything other than support. So it's like, oh god, what do I do? And the unit, the flank that I have that's got the heaviest amount of stuff on it, his flank is completely empty. It's got a handful of Skull Crushers on it. What the frick? So, Dawn Attack! Oh, you have discouraged me. Here's his right flank. There's his unit of 5 Warhounds, and that's pretty much it. Everything else is in the center. Well, there's that Hydra represents one of his Chimeras. He doesn't have the models yet, and I allow proxies, so it's all good. Here's the center. On the far left there's another picture of his Hydra proxy Chimera. There's his Demon Prince right there. I know he's painted red, but he's really marked Nurgle. There's his unit of Warriors of Chaos with his BSB on a steed attached. Right next to them is the unit of 6 Knights. Why he didn't attach them there is beyond me, but it's what he chose to do, and there's no foul. And that blue painted Hydra right there is his other Chimera with, Flaming Breath and Regen. So they had the same kit. It really didn't matter which was which. Right here, that naked movement tray right there is his Nurgle chariot. It's so full of horrible pestilence and poisons and toxins that it's actually invisible. That's right, not even light wants to touch it, which is kind of cool. And of course, there's his unit of 3 Skull Crushers with ensorcel weapons and a musician. Here's my right flank. As you can see, it is so heavy it's leaning. There's my Hellstriders with Ashikis. There's my Chimera, Demon Prince, Chariot of Tzeentch, and my Marauder Horseman shooting on up. Here's my center. Consists of my Warhounds and my Slaanesh Chariot. Thank you, Dawn Attack. And my left flank, Warriors of Chaos, Mutalith Vortex, and my BSB. So here's top of one after movement, and I got to go first, so I did. Hellstrider shot up down the flank to just try to magic and stay out of charge arcs. The Marauder Horseman moved up to basically get his chariot and his Skull Crushers to be out of place. The dogs rolled up to get the knights out of their range and give the... I was hoping that the knights would hit my dogs and overrun, giving my chariot a nice shot, or fail their charge and give my Slaanesh Chariot a beautiful shot at their flank. I moved my BSB up because I wanted his Demon Prince to charge me. My my BSB is very good at killing Demon Princes, so he didn't know that. I was hoping for the best. My Mutalith moved up a little bit to get his spell off on whatever he could, and everything else, as you can see, just kind of stayed where it was. During my magic phase, I got Searing Doom and Acquiescence off on his Skull Crushers, which was really good. Obviously, they're frenzied, they're not going to flee, but I felt pretty good about that. Shooting, of course, didn't do anything. They have a 1-up armor save, but so yeah, we went over here to bottom of 1, and he moved a lot. He did not take my bait with my BSB out there with his Demon Prince. The only charge he made was his Nurgle Chariot into the flank of my Marauder Horseman. I thought about fleeing, but with them having Swift Stride and hitting me, it wouldn't have put him in any worse position, so I decided to just kind of take it. With a little luck, maybe I'd roll Snake Eyes again. But either way, the Chariot was going to be out of place. It was only going to go forward, 2d6, even though he does roll 3, you take the 2 highest, so I wasn't concerned about that. So his Chariot had a really good chance of being in a bad position. His Skull Crushers had they had Acquiescence. They only moved up an inch, which was cool. So they're out of position now. So I had that part pretty well locked down. I felt pretty good about that. Over in the center, his Knights made their frenzy check, so they didn't charge the dogs, which was upsetting. And his Chimera and his Demon Prince both charged right up front at my Warriors. That shocked me a little bit. I wasn't entirely sure what to do there. So I waited to see what he was going to do. There's a better picture of the Phantom Nurgle Chariot slamming into the flank of my Marauders, who, let's face it, they're dead. During his magic phase, he gets Miasma Pestilence off on his Demon Prince, but it was just the low cost spell cost one, so I really didn't care. I think he was just trying to roll on the lore attribute chart or table, try to get the 6 to up his toughness and wounds. He didn't. During his shooting phase, his Chimera unloads with his Flaming Breath attack and kills 5 of my Warriors. I was shocked and pissed. So yeah, the Chimera's got to die now. Right here, the Nurgle Chariot easily kills off my Marauder Horseman. To a man, doesn't even need to overrun, which was disappointing, and he just kind of turns to face me. So, poop. Here's top of 2 after movement. As you can see, I charged my Warriors into the Chimera, and I was able to hit just the Chimera. I didn't get the Demon Prince into combat. My BSB and my Mutalith repositioned to get shots off at the Demon Prince. I realized after the fact that the positioning of my Mutalith was poor because his Demon Prince could have charged and just destroyed my Mutalith, but oh well, it is what it is, and I realized it after the fact, so too late to change then, huh? My dogs moved up to keep the Knights out of position and sacrificed themselves gloriously. Meanwhile, the Marauders ran up because my Demon Prince charged the Nurgle Chariot, and I don't remember if he fled with it or if it failed its terror check, but either way, it fled. It didn't go off the table, so my Hellstriders moved up to harass it, and also try to march block the Skull Crushers if they decided to move instead of charge. So yeah, right there's a better picture of the Warriors hitting the Chimera. There's a picture right there of the Hounds. They are not the Hounds. I'm sorry, that's stupid. The during my magic phase, I got final transmutation off on his knights, and I was able to kill 2 of them. So that was awesome. And that stupidity bubble that came around him, that was very useful. It gave me a shot. So yeah, during combat, I'm able to put 2 wounds on the Chimera, but he does 4 back to me, which I kind of expected. I was hoping to just flat out kill the Chimera, to be honest. He'd only had a 5-up armor save against me, but I just didn't do enough wounds. And I've got the Banner of Eternal Flame, so it wasn't getting its regen. So it was a gamble, but I think either I won this combat or I was steadfast. Either way, we stay and nothing changes. So here's bottom of 2 after movement. His Demon Prince, of course, charges into my warriors. His Chimera comes up to harass my left flank. His Knights slam into my dogs, which is fine. I was okay with that. And I believe his chariot continues to flee off the table. Meanwhile, his chariot flees off the table, and his Skull Crushers charge my Demon Prince, who gladly accepts the charge. There's a picture of the Skull Crushers charging into my Demon Prince of Doom. Khorne sometimes is stupid and doesn't realize superiors when it sees them. There's more Khorne into my dogs. What other choice did he have? It was either he charged my dogs or they stayed in his way the entire game. And of course, there's the Demon Prince already stomping on my warriors, which, yeah, the plan here was to just hold on long enough so that my BSB could get into the Demon Prince, call a challenge, and survive. Obviously I had the challenge with my unit champion. The Demon Prince has to accept it because he can't get out of combat. And so they would have fought. He's going to murderize my unit champion, so what can you do? But it is what it is. And I was hoping that the Chimera wouldn't be able to do 7 wounds or 8 wounds, 8 wounds, 8 or 9 wounds, and make it so I wasn't steadfast. So I knew I was going to lose this combat. I was counting on steadfast so that my BSB could get in there and kill his Demon Prince. So, yep, during his magic phase, he gets Fleshy Abundance off on his Chimera, I think, and I really didn't care about that at all because I have the Flaming Banner, which he knew about. I think he just forgot. So he rolls Irresistible Force on his Chimera. It goes off, and now his Chimera's got a 3-up regen. I don't care. I have flaming attacks. The subsequent miscast, he rolls a 5 or a 6, and he puts a wound on himself and kills 4 of my warriors. So, yeah, I'm thinking, well, now he can make it so I'm not steadfast anymore. That sucks! So, he might not have realized it, but that miscast, short of rolling a 2 to a 4, was probably the best miscast he could have rolled other than a 7. So, it is what it is, I guess. I can complain all I want, but nobody cares. And look, Fleshy Abundance went off on his Chimera, so whatever. During combat, my Demon Prince has no problem slaughtering one of the Skull Crushers completely. The other one doesn't do anything to me. Flees, loses his frenzy. I decide not to pursue because other things can chase this idiot around and kill him. Khorne Skull Crushers, they're overrated. Yeah, however, the Knights shockingly just destroy every single dog. Yeah, not a surprise. Not a surprise at all. During that particular, due to the Halloween scenario, they roll toughness. He chooses toughness and rolls, and now they're toughness 3 because he rolls like a 2, I think. So they were tricked. But yeah, they could have just as easily been toughness 5, so that would have sucked. So it went my way, which I'm happy about. Over here, my unit champion is actually able to slip a wound through. Oh, no, he's not. No, he's not. My Demon Prince, or his Demon Prince, slaughters my unit champion. I don't remove that model because it's just easier to take a different model off. We know the unit champion is dead. He does a ton of wounds to my unit champion. I think he gets the full 6. The Chimera kills 4 or 5, but he can't kill enough to make me not steadfast anymore. I lose by a landslide, but I'm steadfast with the reroll, and I stick it out. So awesome. Now my BSB can get in there and start working on a Demon Prince. And so we go to top of 3, and that's exactly what I do. My Demon Prince slams into his Knights. My BSB slams into the Demon Prince. My Mutalith moves up to catch the Chimera just in case it gets froggy. and my chariots move around to get in a better position. My Slanesh chariot moves to get in a better position to hit his fleeing Skull Crusher, and my other Tzeentch chariot moves over just to try to help out on my left flank. It's hard in Dawn Attack because everything's just so out of place. Meanwhile, my Chimera stays way over there because, honestly, I think I just forgot to move it. There's a better picture of Demon Prince into the Knights. He likes to avenge the dogs when they get murdered. Better picture of my BSB into the Demon Prince, just looking for that glory, you know, Tzeentch is watching. During my magic phase, just to ensure that the Chimera isn't going to charge me, I'm able to get Acquiescence off on his Chimera that's sitting on the hill, which was awesome. And then we go into combat. The Knights can't do anything to me, and I don't do anything to the Knights. They actually make all their armor saves. I don't think I got too many through. I think maybe 1 or 2 wounds got through, and he made his armor saves. So, whoops. I lose combat, but I'm unbreakable. Over here, however, he's unable to do anything to my BSB, and I'm able to put a wound onto the Demon Prince. We win this combat, but he's unbreakable. But slowly but surely, I'm whittling him down. On top of that, my warriors are able to put the last 2 wounds through on the Chimera and kill it. So now it's just a Demon Prince. The warriors are steadfast. The Demon Prince is in a challenge with my BSB, so he can't touch the warriors. The Demon Prince is not looking too good. So I've got faith here. I've got faith. So we go to bottom of 3, and as you can see, there's nothing really new. His warriors move up to try to get a better angle at my Demon Prince, and his Chimera stumbles forward like 4 inches because of Acquiescence. Can't charge, can't do anything. During his magic phase, he's able to get Miasma Pestilence off again, and I believe he... No, not yet, not yet. He takes 1 or 2 off my weapon skill initiative, something like that. Not enough to really affect anything. We go into combat, and that's right. I do another wound to him here in combat, but when he got his spell off, he rolled a 6 on the lower attribute, so he's now toughness 6 with 5 wounds. So I put another wound on him, but he's still got 2 left. So it's a stalemate. I'm still winning combat. It is what it is. Over here, Tremendous has enough with, making out with the Knights and just kills them all. All 4 die. I don't remember if I do the wound to myself or not. No, I do the wound to myself. So I take a wound and I do 4 onto the Knights. They all die. I take the 1 wound. I don't recover any with Soul Feeder, but I can turn to face the Warriors, and that's kind of what I do. I turn to face either the Warriors or the Chimera because I wasn't sure which was the bigger threat. So we go to top of 4. And in the end, I decide that the Chimera and the Chariots and everything like that can deal with the Warriors. My Slanesh Chariot charges into the Skull Crusher that's kind of hidden behind the tower, and my Demon Prince decides to slam into the Chimera just to make him not a threat anymore. Meanwhile, the Mutalisk moves over to try to get a spell off on the Warriors. Right here, not taking any chances. I get... No, that's Acquiescence. That's on him already. I'm sorry. I'm getting my notes confused. It happens. I'm old. But yeah, there's a better picture of my Demon Prince getting ready to take out his Chimera. I know it looks like a Hydra, but it's really a Chimera. There's a better picture of my Slanesh Chariot slamming into the Skull Crusher. During my magic phase, I get Enchanted Blades off on my BSB, so now he's -5 to their armor save with a +1 to hit, which is good because it's Nurgle BSB and it's kind of hard to hit. I've been relying on my poison. And then we go into combat. And it helps. He does no wounds to me, and I'm able to put 1 more wound through onto the Demon Prince. He's hanging on by a thread. He's got 1 left, and I can taste the victory. Over here, my Demon Prince is able to put 3 wounds onto the Chimera. It breaks and flees. I run it down, and I couldn't really tell if I hit my BSB first or if I hit my Demon Prince first when I overran. I learned a couple of battle reports ago that I was, you don't fly over anything when you pursue. So I stopped an inch away, and we just hung out there because I had no idea who I hit. It was hard to tell. So we just said, I think he missed, but whatever. Let's see what happens in the next combat. Oh, and I didn't get a picture of it, but my Slanesh Chariot did 1 wound to the Skull Crusher, 1 combat, but he's stuck. So now he's sitting on 2 wounds. So here's bottom of 4 after movement, and as you can see, the Knights tried to charge the Slanesh Chariot and failed, so they only moved up a little bit. And other than that, everything's either in combat or dead. So there's not a whole lot of movement after that. during combat, we just went straight into combat. There's really no point in anything else. As you can see, my BSB finally kills the Demon Prince of Nurgle. And that was the hot sauce right there. I was very, very happy about that. My BSB is the Pwn. So yeah, he kills him off, and life is good. I'm very happy. I think he rolled for the what was it called? On top of his I don't remember what he rolled on the Eye of Gods chart at all. It was a challenge, obviously. I don't remember what he rolled on the Eye of Gods chart. It's not in my notes. So yeah, and I think we completely forgot to roll for the scenario because it was a unique thing, but that just kind of hurts me. So it moved on. We moved on. And we went over here to top of 5. I didn't get any pictures again because, it's a tournament, it's late, I'm tired, I'm not thinking. But yeah, he ends up, the Slaanesh Chariot is able to put one more wound through onto the Skull Crusher, and I think I win by 1, but again, he stays, so it's not a big deal. And now that I check, yeah, my BSB did get +1 weapon skill for killing the Demon Prince, but I forgot to roll the tricked or treat part of the scenario. My bad, neither of us remembered it. It could have affected the game, I guess, but all I can do is apologize. We forgot. When my Demon Prince charged and over and killed the Chimera, I rolled on the trick or treat thing. I chose initiative because I thought if my BSB has to when he killed the Knights and when he killed the Chimera, I remembered, and I rolled initiative for both because the idea was if the Demon Prince does kill my BSB, I want my Demon Prince having a higher initiative to go before his Demon Prince, and that way kill him hopefully without taking any wounds in return. But that didn't work out because I actually lowered my initiative twice. So with my BSB, I really don't remember if I rolled or not on the chart. I'm almost positive I didn't, but or not on the chart, but on the trick or treat scale. But anyway, who cares? This is top of 5 after movement. The Mutalith and the Chimera slam into the flanks of the Warriors. My Tzeentch Chariot did charge them, but failed. And my BSB runs up to help out. And my Warriors, they're done in this battle. He's got a unit of dogs on the side there, and I forget all about them. He forgets all about them. And that's pretty much the way the board looks. There's a better picture of it. Also, during my magic phase, I was able to get off 2 spells. One was Acquiescence, and the other one was Transmutational Lead, because unfair advantages are how you win battles. And, with always striking last and D6 movement, if they broke, I'm going to run them down. Transmutational Lead, yeah, it's not going to matter with their weapon skill, but it lowers their armor save by 1, and that's what's important. So, yeah. We go into combat, and my Slaanesh Chariot finally is able to just kill off his Skull Crusher. I get the final wound through, and he dies. And we go into combat with the Warriors, and I just kill him. I take a ton of wounds. I take 3 on the Mutalith and 2 on the Chimera, but the amount of wounds we do back, they are steadfast, but with the BSB, but they lose, they break, and with the Acquiescence, they go D6 inches. So yeah, I'm able to catch them and kill them, no problem. And yeah, that's the end of the game right there. We forgot all about his dogs, to be perfectly honest with you. So we thought he was tabled. He wasn't. The dogs are still alive. Didn't bother moving the Mutalith or the Chimera at the end of the game because what was the point? And yeah, that's what it looks like. So yeah, 3 games in a tournament, and I got 3 massacres basically, and that was awesome. I did end up taking first in the campaign, or in the tournament, by a lot, but everyone relax. Don't raise the BS flag just yet. I was the TO. I run the tournament. I can't win anything, so it just moved down. The manager of the store also played, because we have fun with it, and he actually took second, but he can't win anything either. So first, second, third, fourth prizes all went to the people that that didn't run the tournament. They weren't TOs and stuff like that. So the prizes still went to the guys that showed up and stuff like that. So everyone calm down. It was fun. I have some bragging rights. I won a tournament, a local tournament. Woohoo! So yep, quick time out. Banner banners, banners, banners. Get you some banners. Look at the banners. Get you some banners. There's no reason not to get the banners. Send him an email. Check out his Facebook page and drop him a line on there. It's so easy to get the ball rolling on this. The only reason you haven't is because you're scared. Rise up against your fear. Get a banner. It's not scary, it's relatively painless, and you're going to pay more for gas than you are for one of these banners. I promise you that. So, yeah, in the end, it was a crushing victory for moi, 2696 to 175. I lost my Warhounds and my Marauder Horsemen. He lost everything except his Warhounds, which we kind of didn't realize until after the fact. But you know what? It really doesn't matter. The 30 points that he saved was 30 points that he saved. Whoop-de-doo. But I did it. I pulled off the hat trick with this game. I took first in the tournament. You know, I won all 3 of my games. But like I said, since I was a TO, I can't win anything. I don't want to win anything. I just like playing the games. I like setting up tournaments. It's fun. I got to play 3 solid games of Warhammer. Who's complaining? The prizes went to the other guys that weren't running anything, which means hopefully they'll come to the next tournament. And that's what's really important. So yeah, I enjoyed that very much. My experience in this game is what won me this game. My opponent was very good, just inexperienced. Dawn attack. Very difficult placement because everything was so scattered. Even for him, even though everything was in the center, you still have to roll, you know, with each unit. You don't know where it's going. It's hard to place when you don't have the control. So, you know, he's new. He's very new to this game. I think he usually plays Dark Elves and stuff, but he was letting somebody else borrow his model, so he played his Warriors of Chaos instead. And I think he's played 2 or 3 dozen games, so, you know, he just doesn't have the experience that I've been playing Warriors of Chaos for years now, so that's really the only reason I won this game. I just had more experience. I knew what my army could do better than what his army could do. Another thing that I learned is Dawn Attack is awesome. The random placement and stuff like that is a real level, you know, level, like what's it called? It's a neutralization type of thing. It really levels the playing field. I enjoyed it, and I think I'm going to use it in my tournaments a lot more often. But it was a great game, solid opponent, and I'm really looking forward to the rematch. Very, very much so. So there you have it. That'll do it for Battle Report number 38. And yeah, how far we've come. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly did. I love playing Warhammer. I love doing these battle reports. So I'm going to continue to do it until, you know, I don't love one of them. And, you know, I fall in love for life, baby. For life. I'm like a penguin. Well, I'm shaped like one anyway. But yeah. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, suggestions, you know, gripes, whatever, I don't care. Throw them in the comment section below. It'll be fun. We'll hash it out together like a team. But yeah, thanks.